Hi, today is September 18th, 2024, and I'd like to make this video showing my barefoot shoe collection from Xero Shoes. These are the aqua shoes that I use for kayaking. They're so comfortable. They're not a shoe I'd want to go walking in for a long time because I don't wear socks with them usually when I have them on, and they just don't feel, they make my feet sweat. It's uncomfortable. I don't like that. But if I was to use them using socks, I bet you I could go probably 6 miles in these too. So I'm just saying, these are an excellent pair of aqua shoes. They got an inside sole that comes out, things like that. You can wear with or without. These are the Fusion Excursions. Now these are my babies, and these I love them, and my husband got a pair. He hasn't worn them much yet, so he just hasn't had time to go do much. But anyway, so with the Fusion Excursion, they're waterproof. They're a great shoe. They completely saved me from foot, knee, and hip pain, along with a lot of other stuff I do, but these were the priority that changed my life. These were the main reason that I knew barefoot shoes were the way we should be barefoot. I agree, and these are probably the best things ever put on my feet. They have a 5,000-mile warranty on the sole, on the tread, and these are the replacement for a pair that I wore the tread down before 5,000 miles. I'm not going to do it with this pair, which I wore down way before 5,000 miles also. You can see the tread is pretty done in some spots on my shoe. But that just seems like that's going to happen with all my shoes. So I'm going to not make that an issue. These are my ones I don't get dirty. So those are my everyday, more nicer ones. And these are my go, who cares what ones. Also with this shoe that I noticed that happened right away, the first thing that went wrong with this shoe and with the new ones that I've barely wore is this thing here just starts shredding. See, it's all shredded, and then it just breaks off. So whatever material they're using is not strong enough to hold the laces and the tongue together. Same thing with this one. It's starting to, and then this one just completely on the right foot completely broke off within just like 3 months of having them. I didn't complain. I just dealt with it, and I will continue to deal with that problem because the shoe is worth so much more. Here we go to the Makitas. Now these are my dress shoes to maybe, well, they're my winter boots, and they're not boots per se for like hiking or nothing, but they're nice for dress shoes. So they keep my feet dry. They're warm, too warm for winter because for summer, excuse me. They got wool inside, and they have the zipper on the side. They're quite tight. I have huge calves, so they're a little tight on my calves, but the perfect part is I just adjust the strings, and they are lovely. So I'm going to have to tell you that these are amazing. I would get a pair. As for most of these that I'm showing you right here, the tread definitely is not for Southeast Alaska beaches. A little bit of frost on wood. You will slide. Any water on wood, absolutely no traction. I couldn't walk on one beach one time. It was too slippery, and I could pretty much walk on that same beach with my other shoes that are not Xero tread, and I did not slip everywhere. So it's definitely a sole factor. Okay, these are the Dylans that I got recently. I have not used them very much. I've washed them even once since then. They get dirty super easy. They're comfortable, really comfortable, except for not for walking distance. The part that hurt my feet, and these don't hurt my feet, is from here forward. So under here, the balls of my feet just got so sore that felt like they were just bending back and forth, but I don't understand why they hurt me right there, this particular pair of shoes. And then also they get dirty super easy. I've never worn them in the rain yet. It's always been dry out. You bump them on anything, they show all the dirt. They don't clean up as good as I'd want just by wiping them, so they have to actually be cleaned. And then this part here. For some reason, the leather here is so super soft. There's no grip, so they, in the heel area, which I've never had a pair of shoes do this, they get a crease in like my heel, like they don't fit. They bend inward every time you step up, like you're stepping down, because the leather's too soft. And I ordered the Dylan leathers, and I had to send them back because they were completely made of this super, super baby soft leather that shows all nicks and stuff. It's not going to hold up, is my opinion. So I sent the leather ones back due to I don't want a pair of white shoes that you can't just wipe off stuff easily. And the leather ones would absorb any type, if you drip something on them, it would just soak it up if they're stained for life. So they weren't going to work for me because I need a stronger leather, kind of like what Air Jordans are made of. These shoes are old. My husband's, they're his everyday shoes outside of work, and they clean up so nice, they polish up, they haven't even begun to have a problem. And for the price of these, which are basically the same price as those, they're about the same price as these, and the quality is obviously much better when it comes to price per quality. So I think Xero Shoes, for some of their shoes, are overpriced for the quality of where they're being made, the product that they're using to make them, and the mass production is bringing the quality down. So anyways, let's get to these. So these sandals are amazing. I've never really been able to wear anything that goes between my toes, any flip-flops, shoes in general, because for some reason when I walk, this part gets caught on everything and it goes like that. So with these, that's only happened a few times, and I've wore these a lot. I have gone 4 to 5 to 6 miles on different times in these. The only place that I noticed that I started having problems after about 4 miles is my feet start feeling like I'm going to maybe start getting blisters right here on both of the sides of on both feet. So it's usually, I just feel like I might get a blister if I don't quit going that far. Just the way they hold on to the feet, they might move a little bit more. So that's all I could say about that. As for slipperiness, yes, they're the same. So I would not hike in these in terrain that you have to climb over logs, rocks, high grass, mud. They will get caught. They will be dangerous, and you can break something. These are a casual, I mean, even walking in the sand, they will grip, they will do that. But not as often as other shoes that I have had. So I haven't been able to have sandals like these. So I love these. And knowing that I can walk a long ways in a pair of sandals like this without hurting my body, my hips and stuff, I recommend them. I really do. If you're really agile and you can do all kinds of things, maybe you can do more than I could in these and not have that problem and get hurt, but I just wouldn't risk it. So with that said, let's get to the ridge lines. So I ordered these ridge lines because of the slipperiness of the soles of my go-to shoes, that I wanted to have a pair that had more traction. So they came out with these beautiful, beautiful boots with the Michelin soles, and I put them on. I got them yesterday on the 17th. I put them on, and they're very stiff here. This part bends like that, not as easy as my other Xeros, but it's this way. They don't give. And when I hike, I like those because when you break them in, they're super grippy with the toes. I can grab a little bit with them for a shoe, and I feel like I almost can with those too, with the Mikas, and definitely can with the sandals. I can grip a little bit with my toes with the sandals, and I like that too. So with these, they're super stiff. Don't feel like that will be something I can do in them. But the problem was the manufacturing. So upon inspecting them after I tried them on, I started inspecting to make sure, and I felt something weird on this side, so that was the first place I went to. And it came out to be that this little part here that's sewn to the tongue has been bunched up and gathered it wasn't sewn in properly. And the reason I know is because that's what properly looks like. And this side is definitely not proper. Also, on this side, you have this here. Oh God, can you see it? On each side of the shoe, the material is not all the way around it. So that's going to be a problem for me. That's going to come off quick and start showing. And these shoes I also got for looks. And look-wise, they're just beautiful. So that was a problem with the left foot. And I'll go back to the left foot in a minute. Let's go to the right. So on the right one, upon inspecting them, I noticed that this right here is just mangled, loose threads, just sewn horribly bad right here. This side ain't too bad, but not ideally what I would be looking for in a $159 pair of shoes that are meant to be worn all the time and everywhere, and hiking. The stitching is just not good here. And let's see. So I will be sending these back and not purchasing them because I was going to exchange them for another pair. Just thought this was a factory default. Upon getting ready to box them up, the rivet just fell off on the floor. The cover to the rivet. This is a 3-piece thing here. 1, 2, 3. So these little caps pop off. This is another piece. And I noticed in some of the pictures earlier I sent Xero for the defect here that one of these caps wasn't on this particular one that fell off. Who knows where, when, or where at the factory. I didn't notice that. That wasn't something I had noticed because I was focusing in on the other things at the time. But when this fell off, I went and looked. I was like, where did that come from? And then I noticed where it came from. I noticed that it was missing one of these little caps, the little plate that I picked up off the floor, this whole plate thing. So then I was like, Anyways, in my opinion, wherever these are being made, they're using cheap parts that won't last for a $159 pair of shoes. So this is just going to pop out. With that said, I would have to say if they can fix their manufacturing problems of who's putting these together for them and find some more better quality to hold the eyelets on, because eyelets are the most important part. These get pulled on. This is what holds them. This is the point of the shoe. Other than that, I hope they get that fixed. God, I'm really bummed that I'm not going to exchange them. I'm just going to get refunded. I just want you guys to know. They just seem so cool. Anyways, so that's the story with all my Xeros. I just really want to share this because of suffering sciatica for 30 years and changing my life, my physical life, my activities, everything that I do, and learning about feet, knees, hips, and how the body's all combined through the back, through everywhere, led me to Barefoot shoes. And my son was the one that introduced me to Xero. I've tried other Barefoot shoes on locally, and they all had something, whether it be something extra in here for arch support, or they didn't fit right, so I wasn't interested. But when I put the Xeros on at REI, I was like, wow, okay. And then after walking and being restricted from, let's say, going 6 miles and then being restricted because of sciatic and all these things down to a few miles, to get back all that and be able to feel the difference that this is making in my life, along with the different exercises and pressure point releases and fascia releasing and toe strength, foot strength. I'm going to have to say that if it wasn't for the Xero shoes, I wouldn't be on that journey. And if it were for Barefoot shoes in general. Now, there are a few brands out there that I would like to try. They're more expensive, but I hear the reviews are amazing. And I'm not going to say their names on here because I have not tried them on my feet physically. So until then, I won't recommend anything. But I do recommend, so far, most of their products I've tried. So anyways, I hope you appreciate this video and hope it helps you to choose before you buy. Thank you.